we stop, we gon' get it done. Get it when we start, we gon' get it done. Start when we stop, we gon' get it done.
Anthony's World.
All right. What's going on, everyone? I'm Anthony. You know me as Anthony's World. We're back with another banging episode. Still in Miami, still having fun. We got another special, amazing guest. Super excited for this one because he's actually came from Scottsdale, so that's actually really cool vibes. You know,
Yeah.
he knows what the heat in Scottsdale is like. But he is the chief executive producer for Globe Life AIL, Mr. David Carpenter.
How are you doing?
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I always have this issue, man. Like I know the names, but then like when it's up there on the screen, I feel like so under pressure, and I butcher
names are terrible.
I butcher names sometimes.
Yeah,
Just
you're
completely
good.
butcher them. You call him Mr. C.
You
Mr.
did
C.
good.
I love that. How you doing today?
Doing amazing, man.
Yeah,
Grateful to be here.
I'm excited, man. We're starting to grow this podcast. It's pretty cool. It's been fun so far, and keep getting some cool, amazing individuals. And so what brought you to Miami?
Just growth, man. I had to, I'm born and raised in Phoenix, and I moved to Scottsdale, and, I got to enjoy that for like 4 or 5 years of really making money.
Love that.
And I felt like I tapped out in terms of my growth and networking there.
Okay.
And I just needed a change. Like I had a year where it was more like, okay, a little bit
Stagnant,
yeah. You could say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm virtual. Let me just pick up and move. So I sold my house and moved down to Miami in February. It's been a great decision.
February, like this February. Oh, so this
This past February,
This is recent.
I sold my home in December.
Yo, that's like recent.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's freaking epic. So if you don't mind, real quick, just give a little spill on you. Give a little spill on you. Tell them what you do, real quick, so we can get this started.
Yeah.
Before I crack down the hammer questions.
Love it. So a little bit about me is I was a server before insurance. So I was doing that for a couple years, and one of the best things that happened to me was my girlfriend left me for a rich guy.
Oh,
and that was like it hurt
that's
really bad.
That's motivation in itself.
It was the best
right there.
motivation ever, right?
Yeah.
And, that happened, and this was like 2016, and I'm serving tables, and I can't even blame her. That's the crazy thing, right? So I had to look at myself and say, okay, you can do more than this. Like, what are you doing? Wake up. So I went to work on myself. I did a bodybuilding competition too. Got myself in shape.
I'm telling you,
I'm not a bodybuilder, but
there's a trend in fitness.
Dude, I'm telling
fitness
you.
and people that are successful, there's a trend. There's a massive trend.
Yeah. There's a connection of being whole when your mind, your body, your spirit are really
intact together.
I agree.
So
And
look at her now, though. It's probably you got the life now. So
exactly, man.
you got the life now. So
yeah. And that year, man, I failed my exam 4 times. So you have to take a life insurance license, health insurance, accidental.
Okay.
Failed it 4 times. In that same year, I remember being just like dead broke, behind on my credit cards, like all my cards maxed out. Rent was only $450 at the time. I was living in Mesa, Arizona.
Damn.
And
shit, I wish we had a $450.
Come on,
rent now.
yeah, man, that'd be great.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, and I remember just not giving up. So I scheduled my fifth exam, and the week before my exam, I had news that my brother had died.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It's okay. I mean, like at the time, obviously, it's
traumatic,
like everything at once, right?
Yeah.
So girl leaves you, brother dies, and I had to go actually drive 5 hours away just to take my exam for the 5th time. So I had to make a decision to dedicate insurance to his life, and I knew that if I had this much resistance right before something, that this was building up for something great, right?
Yep.
And I fully committed. I drove 5 hours away the night before my exam. I was held at gunpoint with this dude in a clown mask. Yeah, I stayed with this guy that I didn't have money for a hotel, so stayed on someone's like floor with a blow up mattress, and like just happened that night that this guy ended up getting robbed. Like,
what the fuck?
I know.
That's crazy.
All in 1 year, man. This was the year bleeding into insurance. And but the great news is I passed it. In that same month, I had to borrow money for rent. $450 I had to borrow money for rent, working doubles Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That's entrepreneurship and a T. I always tell people, like, my story when it comes to trading was like very, very similar to that. Like sleeping in my car and and doing all that shit. And like my last deposit was like, I was like, no more. I'm done with this. After 4 years, I'm done with this. And that's when I started making money. So it's just crazy because I love that like there's a trend in the entrepreneurship world is that like the inside of this trend you have challenges to overcome, and that's like that's what I love about it is because I don't think that there's anything special about anyone like something super crazy. I think it's just the people that are stubborn enough or crazy enough or dumb enough to just keep going and just keep doing it. Like they just keep doing it. They keep going, they keep going, they keep going, they keep going. And then when that happens is then you finally find that breakthrough, which is super epic. I agree.
Everyone has like a seed of greatness in them, but it just depends if you can water it. Can you go through the storm and all that endurance or just development, I would say. Development of that process makes you into who you are and who you need to be.
I always say like one of the best things that ever happened to me was just being so fucking stubborn that I just refused to be the only one that gave up. Like, like that was literally it for me. Like I was just so stubborn. I was crazy stubborn. So like it's cool, man. I love and I hate to say it, but I love when people are going through shit in life, like to an extent, because like the people that are strong and you know that you're going through shit, it's like, okay, the people that just overcome that just become better. It's crazy. It's crazy. So you got into life insurance.
By the way, I would say like that's why you never say, "Oh, I feel bad for this person." Right? Because as bad as it is, like that's gonna play a pivotal role
in their life,
in their development.
I love that.
Agreed.
That's super epic, super epic. So you just passed. Like you just took your exam. You just passed.
By the way, this is all commission sales jobs. So I'm the crazy one that's like, all right.
Security.
I said nah. But I knew because I had some buddies that started to make some money in insurance, and I knew that financial services created more millionaires than anywhere else, any other industry. And I knew that if someone else could do it, I can eventually learn the skills, and I'm the type of person that's going to do it until I get good. So I passed the exam, and I started off coming in, not being good at sales right away. I actually struggled a lot. I was the trainer that I was put with, like, didn't like me, was like pretty threatened by me, didn't show up to my
events.
Didn't show up to not events, but we were back in home like belly to belly selling. So my first home I was supposed to be like trained at, dude doesn't even show up. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, just doesn't show up. So I gotta go knock on the door, go sit down, go like present, and I'm nervous. I'm like, I don't even finish the presentation. But that's where it all started, and I was embarrassed. But instead of like giving up and be like, well, all this is the reason why I'm not gonna make it, I went home and studied my script and was like, no matter what, I'm gonna make this work. And I sold my next one, and that was like the start of it.
The first taste of the money.
The first taste of the money.
Love it. And you love the taste of money.
You
gotta love it. You gotta love it. So now, how long have you been doing insurance now?
I've been doing it for 6 years now, and it's been the greatest decision of my life, man. It's brought
6
stability.
Years, that's epic.
Everything.
How old are you?
28.
28, same age.
Hey, let's go.
Same age. What's your birthday?
September 5th.
September 5th. Hey, I'm May 29th. I was curious. I always ask that. That's epic though. That's epic, man.
Happy belated.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. What does it mean to really start scaling in insurance? Because I noticed a lot of things about the insurance game, and really what it was is that it's very similar to like MLM almost. And I've been around a lot of people that do insurance, and like I'm not a fan of MLM, but like it's building your team, building people around you, building up people, stuff like that. So, like that's been really cool.
I could talk about the differences too. There are some similarities where in MLM, so the difference is insurance, you teach people how to sell. So you have to really develop them to sell the product because they're going to meet with clients and they need to know how to overcome objections. They need to know their script. They need to know the proper pace, the proper tonality. Right, to get someone.
It really is more of selling. Like
it is more selling.
It's more selling.
It is 100% more selling.
Because MLM is more influence. Like
Correct.
Being a little more influential. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. None of that really matters when you're belly to belly with someone making $50 to even $1 million a year. You got to know your product. You got to know your script, and so there's that. And then in multi-level marketing, you got to order a product monthly.
Yep.
So insurance, you don't have to order anything monthly. Insurance, you learn how to sell and you teach other people how to sell, like the product, right? But where there's similarities is like leverage, right? You can build passive income. Once you learn how to sell, you could teach someone how to sell as they go sell because of the way that you taught them. And as they become successful, you get a piece of that.
And I noticed a lot too was like I didn't realize that like you see like all these little independent State Farm and like this other kind of insurance but like State Farm and also their little independent stuff. I didn't realize those are all people that just own their own part of their own agency and stuff like that, which is really I didn't really understand the insurance game until recently, but like I'm starting to learn more and more about it. But it's really fucking cool. And actually, like everyone asks me now, like if you could recommend like 2 or 3 things that people should learn how to do, I actually recommend insurance. Like everyone's like real estate, and I'm like, I don't think real estate is. I think insurance, like any type of insurance, like you can sell any type, like life insurance. It doesn't have to just be like infinite banking life insurance. There's all kinds of ways.
I just think that's the best type of insurance, just for the residual side.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree. It's a stabilizer for the economy, so you never have to worry about losing a job. You don't have to worry about if the economy crashes tomorrow. Like, oh wait, what happened to a lot of those brokers and mortgage industry? What happened? Real estate.
And they can't also like I don't know if this is true, but I'm pretty sure like life insurance, they can't partake in downward markets, right? Is that correct?
It's stable.
Yeah, so it's very stable, and I know it's one of the largest things that banks and other people, like not just people, but like banks and corporations invest in.
Correct.
Because it's pretty secure and steady.
Correct.
I love it, man. I love it. You know, it's such a cool business because I like it better than MLM because you're not buying a product, you're not selling. You're selling, but you're not selling like a product that people like not just don't need, but like. I think it's just easier. You know what I mean? It's just easier to sell life insurance or any type of insurance.
Yeah.
And so like for the entrepreneurs out there, like. Hit them up, hit them up. But like at the end of the day, like
hit both of us up, baby.
Yeah, I truly believe that like that this is one of the easiest ways to start generating money into entrepreneurship for very cheap and fast.
Yeah, it's so like really $300-400 to get a license and get started. So this is another thing too, is the need. So obviously, looking at a business, you got to look at a problem, right? So as people look at America, like, are we getting better at spending money or worse? What's happening?
It depends on what your definition of better and worse is.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, we spend a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly, which is great. You know, obviously we're in a different position, but someone with, let's say, a fixed income that doesn't have is not like growing their income or investing, right? So families, like when, someone that passes away, that's very important to them, right? In terms of financially, the breadwinner. How devastating is that? The average person has $5,000 or less in their account. Like, we're talking 90% of America.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So think about that. They need to have 5 times, 10 times. They need to have a backup plan against worst case scenario. That's why you have your health insurance. That's why you have your car insurance. It's not best case, it's against worst case. So if you can insure your phone, insure your car, insure while you're living, what happens about your family when you die? If you truly care about them, you should definitely have a policy in place. I
agree 100%. And not to mention, there's a lot of benefits. Like, I know you said you don't really do infinite banking so much, but like, there's just a lot of benefits, especially if you're in the entrepreneurship world.
For sure.
There's a ton of benefits. Not just the growth factor of it too. Like your policy can grow as well, which is huge, but like you can borrow against it or you can do all kinds of different things. So like, I just think it's a really good way to start getting into investing. And I think it's safer than real estate.
Correct.
You don't need huge down payment. You don't need a huge lump sum of money. You can really get started in entrepreneurship. And that's why that's personally, like I've actually recently, I would say in like the last like 6 months, I've really fallen in love with insurance as a whole because it's just a really, really cool industry. It's really cool. So
I agree.
When you start going on, how do you start scaling a insurance business? Because like that's, I mean, obviously that's you can go out there and you can sell all you want and like that's cool, but like how do you scale it to make it to where you're making not like, if someone like, let's go for the big dreamers, someone that wants to make more than $1 million a year, maybe they want to get into the big money. How do you start scaling into business like that?
So there's there's not a right or wrong answer to this, but this is what I've been taught from my mentors, is you really it starts with you. getting good first, the development of you, like really being intentional with knowing your script and being by whatever systems or whatever companies you're in, it's all about duplication. Reproduction equals production. Makes sense?
Yep.
So I would start out with, and it's brick by brick. So many times people try to grow too quickly, scale too quickly, and it's not about how quick, it's about doing it right. So one agent at a time. Like get the agent to where they're making $8,000 a month. Get them to like where they're consistently doing that. I would take time where you build 5. Now the secret in the 5 is that's a Monday through Friday. So if they start messing up, you can still hop in with them and fix whatever's going wrong. And from your 5, you teach them how to grow and scale from there. You should have them be big thinkers and big dreamers and big visionaries, and you want to build and scale through other people by helping them get what they want.
Okay, I like that. I love it because it's the truth. So I know we talked about this before. Your niche is a little different than like my niche.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at the people that are trying to spend minimum $1 million on a policy.
Yes.
You're looking for the people that are trying, like the mom and pop essentially. Yeah. What made you target that niche?
I looked at it as, because I love the infinite banking, which I'm all for it, and I'm going to invest. And but what I saw was passive income, residual income. So I'm getting a piece on all those policies that are on the books for the life of the contract. Usually policies are 5 to 50 years plus, right? So if I sell those and then I teach people how to sell those and I'm getting a piece of all those, so pretty soon you have hundreds and then you have thousands and then you have tens of thousands of policies that are paying you monthly till they die.
Even if it's $50 a month.
Even if
you know what I mean? Like that's crazy to think about. Like if you can get to a point to where for 10 years you're making $50 a month. You know what I mean? Obviously it's a lot more than that. But like if you get, that's cool. I love it. And so so you think that's like really where you thrive at?
Yeah, I love it, and I love coaching and teaching. So the passive comes from people selling, but there's actual real residuals that you don't have to. People keep life insurance till they die.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. Hey, Anthony, you're gonna pay your premium this month.
Yeah.
Like there's no stress, so it's hands free.
I love that. It's a good perspective because my thought process was I would like to target the really really wealthy people and get like really large policies that they can borrow against. So.
Bigger commission versus small, but a lot of small is also big.
Yeah.
But it's just really whatever.
There's also a lot of people. There's not a lot of people in the world that can just throw $1 million down into a policy. So I think you gotta have your both. You gotta have both.
Correct.
You gotta have your like boutiques, and then you gotta have the Rolls Royces of like the life insurance. You know what I mean? You gotta have both people that are targeting both.
Correct.
I love that. So you saw we asked questions and all this. So you were #1 international winner for leadership in your company for 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
That's gangster. How big is your company? You don't mind me asking?
Globe Life, they have more policyholders than anybody else in the life insurance market. So it's very big. I think last year they did over $5 billion in sales. Whew. So there's different categories.
Wow.
And
that's 5B?
5B.
Yeah, that's goals.
So yeah,
that's goals. Like you talk about like that's fucking goals. That's where I want to get. Like I want to be able to like say like I got a company that does $1 billion.
Billion, yeah, facts. I'm working on it, but yeah, that's our company.
Love that.
And within the company, there's teams. There's like different like I guess subsidiaries within the company. We're the #1 captive agency within the company. So I'm an executive with what's called AO, which is our agency, and they'll do over $100 million in sales, just our team.
Really?
With also obviously my team included in that. We're gonna crack 100 this.
How has social media helped with that, or has it?
Completely. It's revolutionized life insurance.
I didn't know. So how are you using? Because I built everything off of social media.
Yeah.
How are you using social media?
Traction to recruit, and then also think about. Everyone's on their phones, so why would you not start
everyone's on
getting people asking good questions of like, hey, what do you have something in place where your daughter's going to go to school when you pass away? Do you have something in place where your family's not going to have to go put it on a credit card if you die?
Being sorry, move the mic away.
Yes.
Being very controversial is also a good part too about it. Probably starting some controversy, like some topics that are a little crazy.
You could.
That's epic. So you sold 57,000 premium.
Yeah, that was personal. Yeah.
You sold like 57,000 policies?
57,000. Well, the average, no, it's not. That's the amount of premium that was on the books, but an average premium size is about 1,000. So about 57 policies I sold in a month.
And holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah.
How does that, how?
So
that's more than a day. One a day. Yeah. How does that start off?
Yeah. It's, I mean, you got to pre-plan. So that was my goal to hit 50. Okay. So you got to break it down.
You broke it down.
Yeah.
You had
it was very intentional.
Okay.
But,
hey, that's why, I always say, like, I have two sayings. Either you jump off and build the plane, or if you after you do that, you start planning out things accordingly.
Yes.
Things do get a lot easier for you. Like if you can actually stay on task.
Agreed. Yeah.
So you planned it out, and then you execute. What month was this?
It was actually July of last year. Last year.
All right.
Yeah.
Now walk me through your day. I want to know what your day was like when you're selling and writing a lot.
Yeah.
You're selling and writing a lot. What was your day?
Yeah, and think this, like that month, I think I made $300,000, right?
Ooh.
So I didn't need to, thank you.
No, that's
so I didn't need to know, like I didn't need to go do that. I wanted to go make a statement because I already had a team. We were doing $1 million in sales that month.
Epic.
So like in terms of income, I would have still probably made.
No, a question. I mean to interrupt you, but is that 300,000? Is that upfront commission?
That's upfront commission, not including my back end.
Not including your back end. There you go.
Yeah.
There you fucking go.
Yeah. So I didn't need to go do it, but I wanted to go make a statement and show that, hey, like the person that's leading is also, I can go apply everything I'm trying to teach you and do it better. So it felt good to be one of the, like, I was one of the top. Exactly, back in the trenches. Sometimes you got to go do that as a leader.
You do.
So
show that you still have it.
Yeah.
To show the young bulls you still got it.
Because I'm doing all these meetings. I'm doing all the hiring. Doing all the,
dude,
running the business. I'm doing all the business work, which we know is a ton, right? You handle all the problems, everything. Then I was stepping in the field about like 3 p.m. Pacific time because I was in Arizona at the time. And so I'm from 3 to 9. So really 6 hours a day, but that was consistently. And since my skill set's there, my closing's high. I show bigger programs. So my premium's higher and make more on commissions. And that's how I was able to knock that out within, I think it was like 25 days.
Epic. So my question is, because everyone wants to know the money. So you made $300K in a month.
Yeah.
What is the residual like on that?
On $1 million in sales, it's like
roughly, you don't have to
like 3,000. It like goes up. I mean, 3% of that is like what I get on my residual side.
3%
monthly. Yeah.
So you're making.
That's just what it increased to.
I don't know. My brain is off right now.
No, you're good.
My brain is off. That was great.
Put it in perspective. At that time, like my residuals were probably like $8K after like 4 years of being in the business, like $8,000 a month. So I was making about $100,000 a year, just residually, not passive. Passive is like when your team goes and sells, but just like when you sleep.
Policies.
Yeah, that's just as when you wake up and the policies are renewing.
Well, there you go, fucking go. You have it. That's the money in this industry. There's crazy money in this industry.
Yeah.
The upfront commission and the residual is always a plus. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I love that. So in 2021 to 2022, you had over $6 million in sales, right? Is that just you, or is that your entire team?
That was the team. Yeah.
Over $6 million in sales. Yep. Okay, that's crazy. What's your next goal?
Next goal is I want to do 100 million.
100 million.
Right. I want to crack 10. So that's my goal coming into this year.
So like your goal this year was coming in 10, and then but eventually your big master plan goal.
Correct. To get to 100 by 2033.
2033.
So 10 years from now. So I have that.
You got it.
Yeah. I'm not, easy. It's a snowball effect. Like the hardest thing is to get to 1 million.
Yep.
And then it's like, okay, from 1 to 2, it's a lot easier. And then boom, 3.
That's how all businesses.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. Momentum. Super epic. So, and then you're gonna keep building your team and stuff like that, and that's. I feel like for me, and what I've learned recently is when I first started like in the entrepreneurship, like building myself was very, very key. But then you start attracting people that are like you, like attracts like. It's just I guess it's the universal law. It's the way the world is. It's the way the world works. And so like I'm sure you started attracting people that are more like you, that are hungry, that want to sell, that want to be around. Has that been hard? Because like for me, it was really hard to accept that, and then like trying to like teach them and mentor them a little bit, and then trying to help them, and then like it's hard.
It is.
How do you overcome? tasks?
I think you don't do it for everybody. I think you do it for the ones that really qualify. So you have to know like what they have to be doing for them to earn your time. And I think you got to set expectations so you're not like a freaking squirrel on a.
Essentially, what he's saying is choose your circle wisely.
Yeah, choose sure.
Choose your circle wisely.
Even, especially your newer guys. Like if you make yourself so accessible, then they don't really respect your time. But if you choose and you make them earn it, now you have everyone competing to get to that position.
And their attention. And you have their attention. And when you have their attention, then you can. That's like the biggest thing I love about social media is that when the moment you can capture someone's attention, then you have like that's a power.
Yeah.
That's a superpower.
Yeah.
If you can get someone to stop in their tracks, that's a superpower.
Yeah. Which you're amazing at on the gram.
Hey, me? You talking about me? Thank you. I appreciate that.
For
Thank
sure.
you. I really appreciate that. I'm trying, man. It's been fun, but it's been hard. It's been hard. So you are the first millionaire in your family.
Yeah.
That is, once again,
Thank you.
I love this. I love seeing people fucking just become successful. To me, when I see someone become, because I know what it takes. Like I know what it takes, and it's not fucking easy. It's very, very hard. It's complicated. It's day over day over day over day.
Mm-hmm.
Like work. It's like building yourself. So becoming the first millionaire in your family, and number one, how has that impacted your life? And also, like, did you ever like time where like it took a toll on your life? Because like for me, it took a toll on my life. So like, can you explain those challenges and then explain the success that came behind it? That
100%. Yeah, both really impactful questions. Number one, it was all worth it. I bought my mom.
It's always worth it. It's always worth it.
Always worth it. So yeah, I would redo it. I would even start from the bottom, like right now. Like if I was a brand new agent and I needed to go make $1 million, I would start on the bottom and go redo it faster.
Have you ever thought about doing it? Like just becoming like unknown and then creating something like starting over again almost?
Yeah. I mean, insurance is like just my vehicle to go fund everything else. So I'm going to go start other companies, do other things, invest, like build businesses. So I'm going to be on the ground again.
Running,
So, impact wise, like I bought my mom her dream house right now. I paid off all of her debts. Right now she works in my company. She is going through some health issues right now, so she's not able to really work. So if I didn't have the money to basically pay her weekly to pay all of her bills, then
the situation could be a lot different and a lot worse.
Be a lot different. So it's
good
like
for you, man.
You have that stability to be able to help your family, take care of the people you love and care about the most. So it was that, and then, my dad was out of my life for pretty much my whole life. He got out of prison. I was able to give him his dream car. Even though we're not even that close, like the feeling of like, hey, even though you're not in my life and I shouldn't even love you or even give a shit about you, like here's your dream car that you talked about, cash.
It's kind of a you know what I'm talking about? It's kind of like this is it. Like this is what it is. I love that. That's epic. That's epic.
And the bad stuff, man, it's like just the responsibilities of like everyone asking for money. You have the problems of the company. People also thinking that, they deserve some of that money. You have people that want to take advantage, people that want to use you, people that also, because you're in that position, don't think you should be there. You have a lot of constant, because you're that person in that spotlight, you're really like in a lot of people's eyes, like you're under a telescope constantly. You have to be perfect and you have to do this and that. So it does beat you up.
Especially as a man too.
Yeah.
In this day and age, especially as a man. So, did it ever take on your health? Like for me, like it took a toll on my health too sometimes. Like my physical health, being able to do certain things. It definitely took a toll on my physical health. So I was curious, like if this is something that you've had.
Yeah, I was. I gained a bunch. I'm not gonna lie, I gained a bunch of weight. I got out of shape, and I was just like, something was off. Like I wasn't feeling like, hey, you dreamed of this, and it was still like wasn't enough. And it was definitely, that first time making that type of money, it wasn't.
I did the same thing. I'm a little shorter and I have a smaller frame, but I typically walk around at like 170 pounds.
Yeah.
Like that's like a good weight for me. Like
solid.
I feel good.
Yeah.
I got up to like 210, 205, 210, and I was fat.
Yeah.
I was fat. And then I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, fuck
I was too,
this.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fat.
What happened? What made you what was that shift? Did you just look at yourself and be like, yeah, this has got to change, or did like something happen?
Yeah, it took time, and Yeah, I looked at myself and I'm like, no, this is like, you're better than this. Like,
right?
You know, sometimes like you make the money and you're like, well, you know,
Fuck
screw
it,
it, I'm rich, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I got money. I'm gonna go eat it. I'm gonna go drink another bottle of wine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat this food because the food is much better.
Bro, the food is
so
much better.
better.
And that's what it is.
So much better than McDonald's.
It's you're traveling and then you do what you want when you want, however you want.
Yep.
And
trust me,
all that adds
you're
up.
preaching to the choir. I know that more than anything. Like it's like going out and you're like, yeah, then I'm gonna have the dessert, and then I'm gonna have this,
Because you're fully experiencing it, but you're like, what's supposed to be like once in a while, it becomes like
every
2-3 times,
Yeah.
a week or like every day.
Trust me, we eat out probably every day. Like it's bad. We eat out every day.
Yeah.
But like, no, that's a big question for me because it's like, damn, so it's not just me. I'm not the only one that turned.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Especially that first year where I think you really do like start
make
making
money. Yeah.
You make over $1 million.
Especially because you're not used to it. You're
not used to it at all.
I'm used to like the only reason I was like skinny growing up and in shape because all I could afford was to eat was chicken and rice.
Bro,
so it was just naturally easier for me to eat that. But now it's like when you can go out and you can have a tomahawk, Wagyu tomahawk.
Like, is being fat a good thing or
like
what?
Yep. Like, and then you start doing it. But I will say, like for me, like getting back into the fitness, like getting back and bringing back fitness into my life, making sure that I eat healthier. Like I feel so much better. I quit drinking as much beer, which is that's a big thing. I went to tequila only.
Good.
Tequila only. I feel so much better. I really like that. So that's been a big thing.
Me too.
So
that's what I do.
How is I know you started off embodiment. How has fitness played a role though in your journey of becoming
it just like
more successful?
If you really go hard in the gym, like you have to deny yourself. So think about the same discipline it takes to get to like where you're actually like your body when you're naked.
Yep.
Is the same discipline that it takes to go build a company and go sell. You got to constantly do things you don't want to do. You constantly tell yourself, I'm going to do this regardless, though I don't want to do this. Yep. Including like getting your ass kicked in the gym and having to say, hey, like I want to eat like a fat ass today, but today I'm going to choose like to not.
And even if you do want to eat like a fat ass, just make sure you fucking hit the gym harder. And make sure it happens. Because I mean, the food's still good, Yeah. But like, it's there.
It's definitely a nice balance for sure.
So in this journey of entrepreneurship, how do you maintain that like positive and go-getting mindset? Because there's been times where like, especially because the residual income like is nice, right? So especially for me, I have a lot of companies and a lot of it's residual for me now, and it's like I had moments where I was like, you know what, like fuck it, I'm not doing shit for like a month, and then like 3 days in, I'm like, yeah, this fucking sucks. Yeah. I don't know if it's just in us. I don't know if it's just in us or if it's in other people. But like, how do you like? What is something that you do that practices that you maintain that positive winning mindset?
I think because I have like so many responsibilities that like so many people are like looking to me, so that helps drive me because
so you have no other option. You have no
other option.
Yeah. I love that. I love that because that's like one thing that I say really is really big for me is like putting your back against the wall. Yeah. And so like you're still putting your back against the wall.
Bro, I pre-book my schedule even on like down times. I go do podcasts, right? So I'll just like load up an off month with a bunch of podcasts, so I know like, hey, I'm not out partying like a ton, right? So I try to stay busy, and like that's in my focus, and like that's more fulfilling for me than just taking a bunch of time off. So it makes me actually enjoy the time that I do take off, and I do like I have a crazy fun life. Period. So for me, it's not just work.
Are you
it's
single?
fulfillment.
Are you single, married, or anything like that?
I'm single. Yeah.
Single, yeah.
I was engaged, didn't work out, so still looking for that one.
Well, when you're making money and you're in Miami and you're single.
It's tough.
I meant more.
I might be single for a while.
But everything is these Miami women are different. They
are different, bro. They're
here.
Masters of the game here. I'm not gonna lie.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah. Someone said something about the other day, like I'm trying to find my wife in Miami. I don't remember who it was, and I was like, "Dog, you in the wrong place for that."
You're in the wrong one, bro. Heck no.
But Miami's fun, man. Miami's fun. Yeah. Miami's vibes. I get it. Like I totally get it. But yeah, man. He said I might be single for a while. He might be going back to Scottsdale.
Yeah, man. I don't even know about Scottsdale. Find me in Gilbert or Chandler.
Scottsdale's pretty bad too.
Yeah.
So how is the so I'm a big believer in routine changes.
Yes.
Right? Like routinal changes. Like
Yeah.
I move a lot. I like to move. Every time I move, my income grows. Every time I do something.
Yes.
How has this changed from Scottsdale to Miami? Has that impacted your business in a positive, negative?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you have a huge team probably in Scottsdale.
Yes.
Because that's where you were.
Yeah, huge.
How has that been?
We're up 200% growth year to date. So just immediately.
There you go. Routinal changes. I'm a huge believer in that. Like just changing your scene, where you're at, what you're doing. And do you go back to Scottsdale a lot?
I try not to because it's just the same stuff.
Yeah.
I love everybody. I have love for everybody out there. But yeah, it's like I need to just go focus on me for a while.
What is your next goal into going nationwide? Are you going to different states to try and like get agents in different states, or like is that a main goal?
So, I mean, I reach people through social media all over the United States. So, I mean, I'd rather fly them out to Miami, enjoy it, like have them have a great time here, and then like home offices in Seattle or Texas, meet them out there.
Okay.
But I don't need to go fly out there and try to meet people like because of social media and all.
It's made it so easy.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
made it so easy.
I mean,
It's like
everything's virtual.
This podcast right now, like you'll probably get a lot of people from this podcast too, like just wanting to listen and wanting to learn. And that's the power of social media. Like, if you're not using social media if your business doesn't have a brand or you don't have a brand, you're fucking slacking.
Yeah, you're slacking, bro.
You're just slacking
the world's way different.
Yeah,
your brand is you. Like that is your business card.
Especially now, like
in
today's time, like 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't like this.
Correct.
But like right now, like this is the way, and I don't think it's changing anytime soon.
No.
I love that. What are your so you're strictly in the insurance. What are your thoughts on like cryptocurrency trading and stuff like that?
Love it. Yeah. I mean, I need to go. I mean, I believe in it. I know it. Like I made a like couple $100,000 in crypto, and obviously the big
run.
Big run. I haven't really dabbled in it like in 2022, but more recently thinking about it again for sure. Yeah. Right now
there's a few companies like adopting it, and when it gets adopted worldwide, it's pretty much adopted worldwide besides the United States.
Yeah.
But when these companies start accepting it like crazy, you're gonna see a rise. I think we're gonna see Bitcoin hit 100K in the next 2 years.
Wow.
And it's at 30 right now.
Yeah, I saw that. It's awesome.
And it's on a rise right now.
That's up like 40%?
It's huge right now. It's gonna keep climbing too. It's gonna keep climbing. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I love that. So your motto is be 1% better every day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a. How are you actively taking that role and to be 1% better?
Yeah, 1% better is like do the hard stuff, like whatever gets you paid. Yeah, I hate the gym, so guess what? I got a trainer. Like I have a running partner, so I hate the morning, so guess what?
You wake up early.
I wake up early. Like that's 1% better because I'm forcing myself out of my comfort zone to go do it. Have a routine where I read, write every day, listen to audiobooks, podcasts every single day. So I'm sharpening my skill sets. I've filled my schedule with money-making activities, so I'm sharpening my skills. I'm always looking to improve. I'm looking to model myself better from better people, trying to network. Like I'm constantly in a state of growth and looking to evolve and grow. And I think like when you're doing that, you feel freaking just amazing. It's not even about the money anymore. It's like I'm obsessed with being better. The game. Yeah.
The fucking love for the game. So what's next?
Next is eventually I want to write a book. I wanted to keep doing podcasts. I want to buy a bunch of properties, invest, like build crazy passive income. Eventually find another company to scale that's like, obviously just my own. Leverage the capital. I want to speak too on stages. I think it'd be great doing keynotes and all that. I love
epic. I just did not my first, but like my second big speaking.
Hell yeah. How was that?
It was, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was a little nervous. When you're sitting in front of 2,000, 3,000 people and you're sitting
they're
on
paying
stage,
to see you.
Yeah, and you're sitting there and you're like, I was like,
yeah,
I was
bro.
on stage like.
But the after feeling though, how was that?
No, actually, when it took me, we spoke for about 45 minutes to an hour. The first 10 minutes was like brutal. Like I'm sitting there like this.
Yeah.
Panicking, right? And then after like I got used to it and got comfortable, it was one of the most amazing things. Like just hearing people like clap and like talk about it and then like come up to you after and be like, that's so fucking cool. That's amazing. Like it's on my bucket list to start doing it more and
Yeah.
more and more now.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
have you ever spoken in front of a large group of people?
Yeah. I used
Isn't
to
it-
do it more
isn't it like
when we were like in person, bro.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's so empowering
It
too.
is.
It's so empowering, and it's so, and like the fact that like people can just want to hear you talk.
Correct.
Like, I never thought I'd be in the position that like people want to actually just hear me speak, or people just want to be around. And so like for me, it's just like it's so cool. And then we went up there, and like I have other people that are friends of mine that are like big speakers, and it's like so cool to like listen to them, hear them, and talk with them. Like, it's so incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it's, man, this space, this entrepreneur space is absolutely amazing. And I love it.
It's only growing too, man. People are hungry right now.
Yes, the world is changing
Yeah.
massively. The world is changing massively. All right, so my question is, do you have any specific industry that like you want to get into? Like, and I asked that because like, what is something that us as entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
we have something that we specifically are always have our eyes on something else
Yeah.
outside of what we're doing currently.
Yeah.
What is your eyes on right now?
I would say, I mean, there's a couple. So in terms of like investing, for sure, crypto market. I want to have, commercial real estate properties for sure. I want a lot of passive income there. I want to keynote speak. I want to eventually write a book. That's like really, I mean, that's what I want to do.
Why don't you start?
Yeah.
Start.
Yeah,
Go for it. Start writing that book, man.
for sure.
Look, I'm gonna hold you accountable to this.
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna hold you
Yeah.
accountable. Real quick, so everyone else can hold you accountable. Where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, David E. Carpenter is my handle.
Do you have a business Instagram too?
Yeah, so davidecarpenter.com is my like page where you can read more about me and apply to work with me.
Love that.
And same thing, David E. Carpenter on TikTok. That's pretty much all I have.
Love that.
Social media wise.
Epic. So we'll also drop it down below. But and while you're down below looking at that, please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and that notification bell is turned on. We want to keep
Yes,
it.
sir.
I asked this to everybody. What is a money goal for you, like that you can see yourself hitting in the next 5 to 10 years? Realistic,
Yeah.
like realistic goal, like what? And then I want your like not unrealistic, but like your goal, like I would stop everything. I would quit everything at like this number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, what is your like realistic, 5 to 10 year goal of like, I think that I can actually get to?
Yeah.
It could be $100K a month. It could be 10 million a month. It could be 100 million a month. Like,
Yeah.
what is that for you?
Yeah, like realistically, I'd like minimum in 5 to 10 years from now, want to be making $2+ million a month.
Epic.
So $1 million a month, like cash wise, is like very
That's
appealing.
crazy.
But yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's like crazy numbers to actually think about. If you could
Yeah.
make it, could you even spend? Do you think you could? I mean, obviously you could spend $1 million a month, but like realistically, like if you actually make $1 million a month, like that's a lot of fucking.
You know, it's crazy because like when you start making $1 million plus too, you're like, there's no way I could spend that, right? And then you like start to like do bigger things, and people that are making more and they're spending it like.
It becomes easy to spend $1 million.
Yeah, so I'm like, dang, I don't know if I would even want to say that because I'm sure you could spend $1 million.
Your lifestyle changes when you start getting
For
into
sure.
those numbers. Like,
But that would be tough. Like, what are you going? Like, I don't know.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not, dude.
Yeah.
I don't mean to to say
It probably
like,
isn't.
It's
No.
not, it's
No,
not,
yeah.
dude. Your dinners turn into from 500 to 5,000 a night.
Correct, yeah.
You're going out. You go from spending like I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna spend 5K, to going and spending 50,000. Like
exactly.
we were in Dubai, and like one dinner, I think we spent like $60,000-$70,000 on a fucking dinner.
Sheesh.
And so like when like it gets crazy, and you start experiencing like flying private like all the time.
Correct.
And all this, like we're going to Europe, like we have a jet that's flying us around all of Europe for 4 months. And so it's just like
Wow.
it's like you realize in the moment, like, because I it's crazy. My goal when I literally, this was my goal when I started to start making money, was so that I could shop at Whole Foods every day and get whatever I wanted, and $10K a month. That was my goal. That was my original goal.
Yeah.
And so it's like trust me, you'll find ways to spend the money.
Yeah, I agree.
You'll find ways.
Just
to spend
don't
the
do
money.
it. But yeah.
You'll find ways. But also,
Invest it and let your passive pay for the lifestyle.
That's the thing
too.
that I would say. Like until this last year, like we spent all of our money on investments, and
Yeah.
I still
It's amazing,
like I only spend about 10 to 20% of my income on
Good.
like living.
You love it.
I save like 30 to 40%, and then I spend the rest on investing.
Yeah.
And so like I really, but like,
Yes.
like spending like I never like you get to a point where you're spending $200,000-$300,000 a month just every month, just boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, and it's like it's fucking cool though.
Yeah.
Like it gets crazy, it gets wild.
Yeah.
And then I see other people out there like fucking on a fucking mega fucking yacht, you know, 500 fucking feet long, and it's just like. It doesn't anger me, but it's like, God, I need that.
I know,
it's like,
I know.
Like, and then I was looking at boats the other day. I was actually looking at boats the other day, and then like this boat I was looking at, and I was like, oh, $15 million, you know, like we'll finance it.
Yeah,
we'll finance it. And then the payment's like $120,000 a month, and I'm like, we won't finance it. We're not financing it. Not happening. And then like that just shows like there's definitely levels.
There's
for
sure
fucking
levels,
in this industry, and like in the entrepreneurship world, and it's crazy, and it's so motivating, and this is why I do this. Like, it's 100% selfish because I get to interview people like you that talk about like life and like teach me. I get to learn, and it just motivates me and inspires me. So, man, my words to you is keep doing it, keep up the hustle, keep up the grind, and
Thank you.
Keep fucking going, man, and keep taking care of the fam and building your fucking legacy, because that's what you have to do. Facts. You have to build your legacy.
Thank you.
I love that. So, real quick before we wrap it up, can you look into the camera on the left?
Yep.
And in one or two sentences, leave something inspirational and motivating and educational.
1 or 2 sentences. Go to work on yourself. Go to work on your skill set, because mastery leads to fortune. Let's go.
Hey, that's fire. Perfect. Clip that. We're going to clip that. But we're going to make sure that we drop his handles everywhere below and give this man a follow. Super epic. Once again, thank you for watching this podcast. Thank you for joining us, making sure that you're liking, commenting, and sharing. The notification bell is turned on. And we are out. Peace.
Start when we stop, we gon' get it done. When we start.